Simone Biles made a powerful statement by withdrawing from 2 Olympic events, something that gymnasts before her did not feel they could do. I'm Yoonj Kim, and this is MTV News Need to Know. Simone Biles has pulled out of the individual all-arounds at the Tokyo Olympics to prioritize her mental health. This comes after the 24-year-old withdrew from the all-team event earlier this week. In the qualifying round, Biles got the twisties, which is when a gymnast's brain and body stop communicating midair, putting them in huge danger. Soon after, she decided she was not in the right headspace for subsequent competitions. Biles admitted that this Olympics has been really stressful, and on Wednesday she shared an Instagram post from former gymnast and trainer Andrea Orris that broke down some of the enormous burdens she's carrying. We are talking about the same girl who put her body through an extra year of training through the pandemic, added so much difficulty to her routines, and countless more obstacles that we may not even know of. High-profile figures like Michelle Obama and Kerry Washington have commended Biles' decision, which also received support from USA Gymnastics. This marks a huge culture shift, as the national governing body for the sport in the United States has largely failed to support their athletes' needs historically. Team USA's 2012 and 2016 Olympic captain Aly Raisman told The New Yorker that immediately after winning gold in Rio, USA Gymnastics canceled my health insurance, and according to my knowledge, I was not notified. There's not support for athletes. To be clear, this is the same organization under which Biles and countless other athletes were exploited. Former USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar is in jail for the sexual abuse of over 100 girls and women, including Biles and Raisman, and 330 total accusers. But other powerful figures in the organization have evaded accountability. The head of USA Gymnastics has been replaced since Nassar's conviction, but Biles wants individual investigations into the complicit parties. In fact, this is what motivated her to participate in the Tokyo Olympics. She's the only survivor of Larry Nassar to compete this year, and ahead of the games, she told NBC's Hoda Kotb,
"I just feel like everything that happened, I had to come back to the sport, to be a voice, to have change happen, because I feel like if there weren't a remaining survivor in the sport, they would have just brushed it to the side. But since I'm still here and I have quite a social media presence and platform, they have to do something."
In other words, this is so much more than just competing in another Olympics. Biles is representing survivors and pushing for justice from one of the most powerful sports bodies in the world. That's a lot for a 24-year-old. Not to mention, the International Olympic Committee has moved forward with the Games during a pandemic, despite mass protests and against medical professionals' advice. COVID-19 cases in Japan have spiked, hitting a record high this week. Athletes who were not required to be vaccinated are testing positive for it every day, including an alternate gymnast on Biles' team. And Biles has said that lockdowns and pandemic restrictions leading up to the Games have affected her mental health. There's still a possibility that Biles will perform next week in 2 other events. Regardless, Biles' decision is a reminder to the IOC and USA Gymnastics that they need young athletes, perhaps more than those athletes need them. These big organizations have exploited their workers, but athletes like Naomi Osaka, Kevin Love, and now Simone are starting to take their power back. Love, who is an NBA and Olympic basketball player, posted on Instagram in solidarity with Biles. "To those who aren't venturing out into the arena, we are all raised to believe emotions aren't worthy of our attention. I recall reading a fitting term once, emotion phobic. This isn't a way to live. Your perspectives are understood, but no one benefits from withholding compassion." Personally, as a competitive, non-athletic person, I'm more impressed with Biles' strong mental clarity to be able to step away from the Olympics than actually winning gold. The impact her stance will have on girls, athletes, and people around the world cannot be understated, proving that you can be the greatest of all time and still take care of yourself. I'm Yoonj Kim, and that's what you need to know.